Hello. Today I'd like to talk to you about budgeting. Budgeting is a process where you look at how much you're bringing in income versus how much you need to live in terms of your expenses, and making sure that the first number is greater than the second number. The first thing you consider with budgeting is what you make isn't necessarily what you take home, because the government will take taxes out of that number. So you can probably figure that if you're making $2,000 a month in a salary, or say $10 an hour, you might only bring home 80% of that, or $1,600 a month, or $8 per hour worked. So first is to consider how much money you've got coming in. Then you have to look at how much needs to go out. And the things to consider include things like housing, where you're going to live, including insurance on your stuff. Transportation, if you need a car to get to work, if you live in an area with mass transit, to pay for fares for that. Also insurance and upkeep for vehicle, fuel of some type, all those types of things. Clothing, it might be clothing necessary for the type of job or just in general for the climate that you live in. Food's always important, and depending on how much you make, might determine what kind of food budget you have. Internet and entertainment. It's becoming more and more that access to the internet is sort of a necessity for communicating with people. So this would include a broadband service. It might include cable. It would definitely include a phone. Those types of things would all be costs in there. And then your own savings for future goals should be included in there. And then also consider putting some money aside, if possible, for charitable purposes, whether it be to help out somebody within your own family or some other cause that's important to you. So when you look at all those different things you got to pay for, you think, boy, I've got to make a lot of money in order to do that. That's not necessarily true. There are ways to economize. In the housing realm, it might be something like take a roommate and split the rent. I know when I was in school that for food, I joined a cooperative, and we all threw in, I don't know what it was, $5 or something, and they pooled all the money together, and then they got a bulk of food, and then you ate that and got through the week that way. So there are ways to do things in the food realm too. It might also mean, though, that you can't get the latest and greatest iPhone, that you might have to wait a little bit until you've saved up enough money, or you get a raise or something that allow you to do that, or that you can't get that fancy sports car, but you might have to get a used vehicle that maybe has a little bit better gas mileage, so you're not putting as much gas into it, and maybe has a lower insurance cost too. So these are all things that you need to consider as part of budgeting. The first place to step with budgeting is go to your online account and check how you've spent money over the last 90 days, and take all your expenditures, whether they be a debit card or even something as crazy as a paper check or whatever the case may be, and categorize all your different expenditures. So lay out how much you paid for rent, lay out how much you paid for insurance, how much did you pay for your vehicle, and come up with a monthly average out of those 90 days worth of data. That'll tell you what your expenses are. Then the other thing to do is look at how much you had in your account 90 days ago versus now, and if you have less in your account, then you know you're spending more than you're taking in. The other area to look at is, are you using a credit card or a line of credit to backfill your spending habits? So if your credit card balance was higher 90 days ago and it's lower now, that's good. You're making progress in paying it down. But if the reverse is true, you might want to look at that and make some adjustments, because now you're just borrowing at higher rates in order to subsidize your lifestyle. So as you can tell, there's a lot to go into budgeting. I recommend and highlight that you can check in with any of your fine colleagues here at Gerber Federal Credit Union and talk about your own personal budget. They'd be happy to help you. Thanks for listening.